Good morning, traders. Welcome to the live webinar with Elite Currency. My name is Chris Forsick, and we're looking at mid-June at our usual weekly live webinar. Thank you for joining. We basically are going to take a look at the charts today because there are no specific announcements that I have in mind from our trading systems. So we can just take a look at what to expect this week. Of course, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. And I will try to answer, of course, in this chat. I'll see if the Google forum had any questions as well. But otherwise, I propose that I close this. And 1 second, folks. This closed, and we switch screens to the charts. There we go. All right. We had a question about euro dollar today, but that was the 9th of June, so I'm not sure if the question is relevant. But we are going to take a look at the euro dollar actually right now, as you can see, heading back up, but bouncing at the 50 fib. If you saw my video of yesterday on the euro dollar, pound dollar, I'm leaning towards this being a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because of the strong downside. That said, if we look at the support, of course, it is quite strong. This bottom of the channel could certainly provide a retracement. That's what it did, and it seems to be respecting the previous bottoms, the 21 EMA zone, the 50 fib, and about, let's say, the halfway mark of this channel. If we put a halfway line, let's say halfway that channel, as you can see. So a logical bouncing spot, either 38 or 50 fib, and that's fits within the wave 4 that I was expecting yesterday. So far, so good. Now, will it break through this support trend line in the 21 EMA? If it does, if there's 3 bearish candles in a row, I think that looks like a decent breakout chance. And it could head towards 120.50, 120. All right. Now, if it fails to break the bottom, there could be a bigger correction as well, right? Going like a triangle maybe. But if there's strong momentum, then probably not, to be honest. Depends if it breaks and what kind of, if there's strong break as well, and a good break. So, but so far so good, I think. Pound USD, yeah, basically also unable to break above the long-term moving averages. It did break above the 20 EMA, so this is a little bit of a false break. And this is a little bit tricky a spot because it actually looks like it's going to make a wave C, but that wave C was extremely short and small and didn't even hit the 144 EMA. So that's a little bit tricky spot for that. But yeah, ultimately now breaking to the downside with a lot of momentum. So I think that we're getting the breakout soon. If there's a third candle closing here that has a decent size, I think that's a break. And personally, I would put the fib from here to here. Look maybe for a small pullback into the 38 fib zone, and I think it should continue lower. That's my personal opinion. I was looking yesterday for either a break or a bounce at these resistance trend lines, or for an intraday push-up. This intraday push-up failed. So you can see dangerous stuff if you trade within the range. And I think the breakout is taking place on the pound dollar downside. Now we do have news later this week on the dollar. Let's check today. We have actually Bank of England governor speaking a bit later today, so that will affect the pound. We have core retail sales, and later this week FOMC statement. It's tomorrow actually. Sorry. Okay, so that of course will impact the market, but this is my technical outlook at least. All right. Dollar yen keeping its head up there, bottom of the channel. Doesn't look like a good spot to me though. Bitcoin, I thought would retrace, but still making a push up higher. Now seems to be breaking below 20 EMA. But in any case, even if it retraces, I think it will bounce at, for instance, the 38 or 50 fib for an uptrend continuation. Because if we look at the bigger picture, I think that we are having a breakout here. We had a higher low. We even have a higher high now. So I think it will bounce its support for another rally up to test the previous resistance here. And that's valid for Ethereum as well. That's not Ethereum, sorry. That's here. A little bit slower, but should follow plus minus the same path. DAX seems to be in some final wave, or in a wave 5. And let's see. The angle of the channel is a little bit shallow, but overall still looking bullish, and probably will push up higher into the 16,000 zone. Now it doesn't seem that a great spot though at this moment. If it gets back to the 144 EMA, I think it would be a bit better. US 30 Dow Jones, same thing. If it retests the support here, that would look good, or a break to the upside. Now waiting for one of the two in my view. Euro pound looks like a spot where it's making a higher low. So if it breaks, I would expect more euro strength there for breakout to the upside. Put a fib from here to here. 272 target, minus 61.8 target are the typical targets for that. Otherwise, do you have anything in mind? Joe, would you like to take a look at something? Any questions? Gold maybe as well, right? Let's take a look at gold. Gold looking like some type of wave 4 at this moment. That has ended. This looks like a momentum up in a correction. So I think that there's a strong chance of price finding either a bounce at these deeper fibs or making a break. But looks like in a bullish position to me. What else can we look at? Your odd looks bullish. Although I think that I would rather wait for a little bit of retracement, but if this retracement stays above this support zone here, it should make a continuation higher. So as long as there's a bull flag pattern that the next couple of hours doesn't break below these support levels, I think it's ready for an upside in my view. Let's see. Euro New Zealand looks too choppy to me, for my taste at least. I reviewed Siemens earlier this week, saying that bounce up looks like a wave 1, 2, and there was indeed a bounce at the 50 fib and moving up nicely. Looks like the wave 3 is starting. So that analysis looks pretty useful, I think. Pound New Zealand, Euro New Zealand don't look that great. Same for the Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar to me. I would skip those for the moment. Probably on the dollar Swissy too. But if there's a break above the 21 EMA high on the daily chart, that could maybe indicate more dollar strength. That could be interesting, perhaps. Not at the moment, in my view, though. I guess that's it. I don't have anything else really really much to add. No questions. So we'll be back tomorrow with the euro dollar pound dollar update, of course. Let's see. We have a new wave webinar coming up next week, Monday, 21st of June, of course, 22nd, a week from now, and the 29th and the 6th of July. We'll have our usual weekly webinars here on Tuesday. Wish everyone great trading, and we'll see you in either the video or webinar soon. Cheers. Bye-bye.